The judiciary must know that their actions and inactions to serve the interests of whoever their paymaster is has the tendency of destroying our peaceful republic. We will not mince words. They can conspire to call us one by one for a so-called contempt of court. We are criticizing their shameful conduct. We are not afraid. We are ready to be in Nsawam for their so-called contempt. The world will see their disgraceful conduct. We will not sit aloof and allow them to undermine the very rule of law that they are supposed to protect. How can a judge who calls himself a judge sit in court and misconduct himself in such a manner and expect the country to be quiet? Now here is where the matter becomes even more extraordinary. This order, an order with massive political, legal and democratic consequences, was pronounced without the court's full judgments, as I've stated supra. There were no written reasons, no factual findings, no legal analysis, just a naked directive issued into the public domain. And the whole constituency is now being told that there must be a rerun. I am a practicing lawyer of experience at the bar. I understand that courts occasionally deliver rulings with reasons to follow. But such a practice is the exception, not the rule. And it is never acceptable approach when the stakes are this high. The petitioner did not lead evidence concerning 152 polling stations. The parties never argued about 152 polling stations. And no one, neither the respondent, nor the Electoral Commission, nor the voters of Kpandai, was put on notice that the entire constituency election was at risk of annihilation. In fact, the key witness to the petitioner underscored the fact that all they needed was a rerun in some 41 polling stations. He again added that the collation was done without due notice to him. Has the judge read the CI? Has the judge listened to the Electoral Commission regarding the violent conduct of the petitioner and his followers, leading to the termination of the collation at Kpandai and eventual transfer of collation to Tamale? Indeed, this is not substantial justice. This is substantial injustice, a textbook case of judicial overreach masquerading as equity. The court found credible evidence of wrongdoing. The remedy imposed is still fundamentally flawed. It is whimsical, unlawful, and manifestly unconstitutional. This is judicial carelessness dressed up as electoral justice, similar to what that circuit court judge did in the Abronya case. Here is a number that should echo across the nation. The 111 polling stations. There's an assault on Article 42 and the sovereignty of the innocent voters. In 111 polling stations, more than 2/3 of the constituency, there was no allegation and no evidence of any irregularities whatsoever. None. Yet the lawful votes of thousands of innocent citizens in those stations have been discarded like waste paper, swept away by judicial order that never bothered to distinguish the guilty from the guiltless. Article 42 of the Constitution guarantees every Ghanaian the sacred right to vote. That right is not a privilege. It is not discretionary. It is fundamental. Yet the High Court has violated that right in 101 polling stations without justification, without evidence, and most troublingly, without apparent consent. You do not defend democracy by disenfranchising the innocent. You do not cure irregularities in 41 stations, polling stations, but burying the valid vote of thousands who committed no wrong. This order is not merely disproportionate, it is an assault on the sovereignty of the people of Kpandai. Beyond the immediate injustice lies a deeply alarming precedent. By this reckless order, my Lord Bat Planbrew has sent an unmistakable message to every political mischief maker and electoral saboteur in Ghana. Create confusion in few polling stations, destroy materials, disrupt collation, trigger controversy, and you may be rewarded with a full rerun. This is not justice. This is a recipe for electoral anarchy, where chaos becomes strategy, where sabotage becomes litigation, and where losing at the polls can still mean winning in court, not through superior evidence, but through superior disorder. This is not how a serious democracy functions. This is how democracies unravel. Let the nation hear the minority caucus clearly and unequivocally. One, and for the avoidance of doubt and at the risk of being repetitive, Honorable Matthew Nyindam remains a member of Parliament for Kpandai, and this is not negotiable.
Government, which promised the good people of this country to reset our governance and to ensure value for money. 80,744 public basic schools. We have distributed 3.9 million packs to students in 20,744 public basic schools in the Republic. We have 906 senior secondary and TVET institutions. We have distributed 2.6 million packs of sanitary pads to students, girls, in secondary and TVET institutions. The total number of students in the public basic school system who have so far benefited from this life-changing intervention is 398,701. For their seniors in the junior high school system, the number of students who have benefited from this first batch is 1.1 million students. For those in secondary school who have benefited so far from this first batch, we have 968,285 students. Cumulatively, 2,578,915 female students from primary 5 to senior high school have benefited.
Minister, with a very smiley face, talked about increment in revenue in ECG's operations. Mr. Speaker, that is true. Some increment has occurred. What he failed to say, Mr. Speaker, is that that increment is not because of the 10-month operations of ECG. Yes. What he failed to tell you, Mr. Speaker, that within the past 3 years, before the NDC came into power, the reliability improvement project that was begun by the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government saw to the Bibiani substation constructed, yes. The Dabuase substation constructed, yes. The Awaso substation constructed, yes. The Sewa substation constructed, yes. The Tafu BSP reconstruction done, yes. The Takrade port switching substation constructed, yes. The Obuasi BSP substation constructed, yes. And Mr. Speaker, the Kpandai substation upgraded. These are programs that were embarked by the previous government that are yielding results today. Mr. Speaker, the minister failed to acknowledge that the system automation project that saw to the construction of the SCADA system and the VITT centers in Accra, Tema, and Takwa were all completed under the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government. Mr. Speaker, the technical loss reduction program that was embarked by the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government that led to 1,858 LV network extensions completed, 1,345 system improvement projects completed, and 1,347 upgrading of distribution transformers completed.